We're getting cheesy again today with 4 amazing new vegan cheese recipes that I have for you. I'm so excited. We're going to be making a bunch of new ones that I've never shared before. They're delicious, they're yummy, they're fun, and they're going to be great. So let's get into them. Starting off with our first recipe, we have homemade vegan cheese slices, and these are so fun. I'm so happy with them. Let me grab one by itself. Look at that. Look at that. Nice and thin, stretchy, gooey, delicious. These are easy to make. These are nut-free as long as you use a nut-free non-dairy milk. These are based off of using like a non-dairy milk with a higher protein. I use Ripple pea protein milk. You could use soy milk, and then you need some vegan yogurt. I used a coconut milk based one. Use whatever one you like. The vegan yogurt helps to add in some of that fermentedness that's normally in a cheese. So yeah, these are really awesome, really fun to make, and I'm so excited. Let's make them together. Starting off, we're going to pour all the ingredients into a blender. So of course I'm adding the non-dairy milk like we just talked about using Ripple. Then here I have some tapioca flour or starch, and this will help to create gooiness. Then we got our plain unsweetened vegan yogurt. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of nutritional yeast, gives it cheesiness, umami. This is agar powder. It is a seaweed based product, and this is what's going to help give the proper texture to our vegan cheese. You can't replace it. It's easy to find. You can get it at like health food stores and order it online. I'll have a link down below for you. Then we're adding in some salt, paprika, and turmeric for color. And then I'm just going to blend this up only like 30 seconds, just till it's nice and smooth and well incorporated. And then pour this into a pot and bring it over to the stove. So you're going to bring this to like medium high heat, and you're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes until it starts to thicken up. It's starting right here, but it's going to go more. And then once it really starts to thicken, cook it for another 10 minutes. You want to cook it for longer to make sure that the agar powder activates, so it looks something like this when it's done. You could also just enjoy this as like a cheesy sauce if you wanted to. So now I'm going to pour it out and spread it on top of a baking sheet that has a silicone mat on there. You could also just do this directly on the baking sheet, but the silicone mat just helps and makes it a lot easier for later on when you're cutting it. And then I'm going to do this kind of quickly because you'll see here it's already starting to thicken up as the agar powder cools, and make it into a nice big rectangle and make it on the thin side, as thin as you want your cheese slices to be. Pop this in the fridge for at least an hour or longer. And then you don't have to do this, but I just decided I wanted to make like a perfectly even rectangle to make my slices with. So I just cut off all those uneven edges, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And obviously, like, don't get rid of these edges. There's nothing wrong with them. You could put them in things. I just put them in my little container. And now I just decided I wanted to make 8 rectangles from this. So I cut it into 8 pieces, and there we go. Look at these cheese slices. So the bottom is nice and smooth. The silicone mat really helps with that, helps with being able to like peel it off easier. But like I said, you can do this on a baking sheet, just like grease it slightly and it'll be okay. And then to store these, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper in between them just so they don't stick to one another. And I'm just layering them up on this little plate. But I can't believe, like, look how good that looks. They're so fun, and they're really not that hard to make, right? So now that we've made our cheese slices, I'm sure you're going to want to know, but do these melt? So let's make a grilled cheese and find out. All right, I'm making the vegan grilled cheese here. So just added in 2 pieces of the cheese, and I had the butter the bread, but if you turn the butter the bread towards the inside, then it just is like regular on the outside. Just a little tip for you. So I'm adding that on there, and then I always make my grilled cheese with vegan mayo on the outside. It gives a better result. And then I just popped it in a pan. I let it get a little too crispy, but if you add in some water and then put a lid on it, the steam helps to melt that vegan cheese up. So that's also another little tip. And then there we go. I just cut it in half. And is it the most meltiest vegan cheese? No, but it does melt, and it does get warm and gooey. So it's really fun, and it's really yummy. So we made a fun little grilled cheese. I burnt it. That's on me, okay? I was doing some other things. But as you can see, it does melt. It will melt. Let's do a little taste test. It tastes really good to me. So this is such a fun recipe. You keep it in the fridge for like up to a week. And yeah, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns about this recipe, always check out my blog post or link down below in the description box. I write out all the ingredients in the description box. And yeah, let's make our next vegan cheese. For our next vegan cheese, I'm going to show you how to make a block of pepper jack. Look at this. This is filled with jalapeños and chili flakes, and so yummy. And this is going to be similar to how we made the cheese slices, a base of non-dairy milk, tapioca flour, agar powder, and yeah, I'm so happy with it. So let me show you how to make it. To make our vegan pepper jack is very similar to the cheese slices. We're adding in non-dairy milk, nutritional yeast, a little salt. We're doing the agar powder and tapioca flour combination again, but again, it changes the amount of the ingredients, and some vegan yogurt. And then I have my red pepper flakes and chopped up jalapeno for later. Blend this again, just like 30 seconds until everything becomes well integrated. And then again, we're pouring that in our pot. And now we will add in the jalapeno and the red pepper flakes. These are the jalapeno I'm using, like they're like a sweet pickled jalapeno. They're really good. And then again, we're going to let this like cook for about 5 minutes on a medium-high heat. Let it start to thicken. Once it starts to thicken, continue to cook it for about 10 minutes, stirring continuously. So that way everything stays and doesn't get clumpy. And also, again, you could eat this like this. Would be a really awesome kind of vegan queso. But once it gets nice and thick, we are ready to move on. And so I just lightly greased, I thought I was gonna need 2 of these, I only needed 1, but my little container. And then I poured in our vegan pepper jack cheese. And then this is really all you have to do. You're just gonna pour it in, and then you're gonna place it in the fridge for at least 1 to 2 hours, more on the 2-ish hour side. It's just going to depend on how quickly it cools. And once it becomes nice and firm, you can totally see the difference in it. And this is it. That's all you have to do. And now we could just remove it, and we have a nice big block of vegan pepper jack, and it's so awesome. I was so amazed at this. I also didn't realize pepper jack cheese was literally just like some peppers in like a soft white cheese. And then yeah, I'm just gonna show you that it can slice. You could cut it into cubes, you could grate it. I think this would be so fun for a cheese board, and I've just been enjoying it all week long. So it's a really nice and versatile recipe, and I feel like there aren't that many vegan pepper jack recipes out there, so this is an awesome one, and I'm really happy with the result. So now we have our cute little block of pepper jack. I did show you guys you could grate it. Makes really good little grates, or if you want to cut it into cubes, or if you want to slice it. There's so many ways you can enjoy this vegan pepper jack, and I'm just so happy with it, and it tastes delicious. I mean, it's very spicy because I put in the jalapenos and the chili flakes. I shouldn't say very spicy, but it's spicy. It's got a kick, you know? But because the jalapenos I used were a little bit sweet, there's some sweetness in there. So you could always add in a little more salt if you like. And yeah, it's just a fun recipe. I'm gonna use this tonight. We're gonna have chili for dinner, and I was gonna sprinkle this on top. That'll be so yummy. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you are, make sure to give the video a like, and let's make our next vegan cheese. For our next vegan cheese, we are going to be making homemade vegan cream cheese, and I'm so excited because this is made basically exactly the same as dairy cream cheese would be made. And I think because we do it that way, it creates a really awesome result. There's no cashews in this. There is no tofu. This is made from pea protein milk. So we curdle it, and then we blend it, and we can season it, and you can have it plain, but I added in some scallions and garlic powder, and it is so delicious, easy to customize, and like throw in whatever you want. But let me show you how to make it. All right, I feel like a broken record, but we're adding non-dairy milk into a pot, and then we're gonna add in lemon juice. I squeezed all the lemons out, so I wanted to make sure there was no pits, half a cup of lemon juice. Bring this over to the stove and let it cook for about like 10 minutes on a medium-high heat, medium-low heat, will just depend on your stove, until you start to see these curdles forming like this. You don't want it to be boiling, you just want it to be simmering. You wanna see the steam coming off, so this way you know the curdles are developing. There's curds developing, it's curdling. And once it looks like this, you're kind of good to go. And you could see it is separated like solid parts from liquid, which is awesome. So we're gonna take a cheesecloth, we're gonna take a sieve or a strainer, and then I'm putting that over top of a bowl. And now we're going to carefully pour this out. And this is basically separating it into vegan curds and vegan whey, which is pretty cool. And I don't know, I thought it was cool at least. So pouring that all in there, and you wanna let this sit for like at least 10 minutes, but you could even let it sit for like up to a half hour, depending on how much time you have. And you wanna let it sit so the liquid drains out, but also so it cools down, because it's obviously boiling hot right now. We were just cooking on the stove, and I just kind of like gently move the cheesecloth around to just kind of help some of that liquid come out. So after about 10 minutes of sitting, you could already see how much has come out, and then I'm just going to squeeze it to get more liquid out. I have kitchen hands, so I can touch things when they're hotter, so just please wait till it feels cool enough to touch it. Like, you're not winning any awards by touching it earlier. It just depends on like your heat tolerance, but I'm squeezing out as much of the liquid as I can. And we will be left with a bunch of vegan curd, which is awesome. So now all you have to do to make like cream cheese is just pop this into a blender and whip it up, which again, I didn't really know how cream cheese was made until I started researching for these recipes. So awesome. You'll be left with all this whey, essentially a vegan whey. So just leave that to the side for right now. We're still gonna need a little bit. We're gonna add in nutritional yeast and salt and start to blend. And you can add in the vegan whey to help the cream cheese to blend up smoother and creamier, like a little few spoonfuls at a time. And I have ideas for what you could do with the leftover whey on my blog. And then I'm just transferring this into a little container, and this is it. You've just made plain vegan cream cheese. You can enjoy this just as is. It's creamy, it's smooth, it's nice and thick. You could pop it in the fridge right now until you're ready to eat it. But at this point, I decided I wanted to add a little flavor, and I do love a scallion cream cheese, so I added in my scallions and some garlic powder, and it was really yummy. And again, on the blog post, I have like all sorts of ideas and recipes, like variations, flavor variations you could make. And bagel shops create like the craziest cream cheese flavors. So if you ever need inspiration, check them out. So now that we've got our vegan cream cheese made, you can see how easy and delicious this is. You can leave it in the fridge for like, 3, 4, 5 days. The thing with all these vegan cheese recipes is there are of course no preservatives in here. So, just always be careful. Smell it, taste it, make sure it's good. But let's throw this on a bagel. I really wanted you to see this in action and just like kind of how thick and creamy it is. And honestly, this is the best vegan cream cheese I've had since going vegan. And I also do think you could probably use this in like cheesecakes or frosting. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. But oh my goodness, it's like a full-on bagel. I was so happy with it. We've got our beautiful bagel right here. I cannot wait to eat this. And it looks so good. The vegan cream cheese is delicious. I mean, I've been licking the spoon after I like mix it up every time. But so some of you may know this, some of you may not, based on my accent, that I am from New York. So I grew up eating bagels and cream cheese like once a week. And this is like, I've tried a lot of vegan cream cheeses like out there, like the Kite Hill one is really good. The tofutti one's good, but biting into this literally made me feel like it was Sunday morning again. So if you've been missing really good vegan cream cheese, make this and either use Ripple or like another high protein milk. Like you could use soy milk. I personally find soy milk to be very sweet, so I stay away from it, but a higher protein milk will be good for this, like vegan milk. So let's make our last vegan cheese recipe. All right, so we've made it to our last and final recipe, and I'm excited for this one because we have little mini vegan mozzarella balls. Oh my goodness, these are like perfect for the upcoming warm months when you want to throw them in pasta salad or a salad, or just snack on them, put them out with like olives and almonds. And these are actually just made from tofu. It's super easy to make them. I actually tried testing vegan mozzarella recipes, I want to say 7 times, and I couldn't get it to work. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it easy on myself and easy on you guys and make something that's a little bit quicker and funner to make, I think. And these little mozzarella balls are just that. And yeah, they come out salty and delicious. These are kind of similar to how we made the vegan feta, because we let them sit in like a brine overnight, and they're really good. They're easy to make, they're yummy. So let me show you how to do it. You're going to need 2 blocks of firm tofu, and I'm gonna show you my little trick. Just take a knife, make 2 little slits, run it over to the sink, and let the water drain out, and then it's so much easier to take the tofu out. Then cut this in half crosswise, so we have 2 rectangles equal to the original size of the block of tofu, just thinner. And then you're going to use a melon baller to easily scoop out little vegan bocconcini, technically, but little vegan mozzarella balls. And I didn't press this tofu, I just kind of like lightly pat it with a paper towel, just so you know. So they're adorable, they're so fun, and you can get a melon baller like in the kitchenware section of most food stores, or I'll have a link for you to order it online. And I'm actually really excited to have this because now I'm going to make little watermelon balls this summer too. And once I get to like the side of it, I still make like little half balls because we want to make as much as we can out of this, and then you're going to be left with a lot of tofu, but don't worry, just keep it in the fridge. You could use it for scrambles, you could use it for stir fries and soups and sauces, and obviously it's just tofu, so there's no reason to get rid of it. Just store it in a little container. So now I have all my little vegan mozzarella balls made, and we're going to add in water, about a cup of water. This could vary depending on your container size, but you want to add about a cup of water. We're going to add in about 3 tablespoons of non-dairy milk. In this case, it doesn't actually matter if you use a high protein one, just make sure it's unsweetened, unflavored. Olive oil and salt. If you want to leave the olive oil out, you can. I don't entirely recommend it, but you can. And just give these a little mix, and you're popping them in the fridge for 24 hours, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's tomorrow. So
Here they are the next day, and the cool thing is that the tofu absorbs some of that non-dairy milk that we used. It absorbs the saltiness, the brine, and it does slightly soften the appearance of the tofu as well as giving it lots of flavor. So it looks really awesome. And now you can enjoy these as is, but I just wanted to give you like a little idea if you wanted to kind of season it. I said in later on in the video like marinating it, but it's just more of a seasoning. So you can do some red pepper flakes, some chopped basil, and then some lemon juice and like a little extra oil if you want. If you want to fully marinate these in full-on oil, you definitely can. I personally never liked the little mozzarella balls when they were in the oil like that. I liked them more when they were kind of just in like the liquid, which I think they package it usually in whey, but they look so good.
And that is how we made our little vegan mozzarella balls. And then obviously we have the marinated ones right here. So let me give you a little taste test. They taste good unmarinated or marinated, doesn't matter, but there's it inside. It's salty, it's soft. It kind of just tastes like a piece of cheese, tastes like mozzarella. I don't know, it's like kind of weird, but I'm so happy about them. I'm so excited. These are gonna be awesome just to make in the summer and keep around and keep enjoying for snacking and stuff. I'm so excited. So like I told you guys earlier, all the full written out recipes are on my blog. I also write all the ingredients in the description box down below, and I link anything I think you may need. If you like my videos, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want more cheese recipes, check out the video I uploaded a few weeks ago with more easy vegan cheese recipes. Let me know if you guys try these out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you soon with more recipes. Bye!